Hello and welcome to Dark Souls, a action RPG game developed by FromSoftware. I feel like most people know about this game at this point. You know, it's been done to death. So, is there any point in me playing it? I don't know, but I'm gonna play it anyway because it's probably one of my favorite game series of all time. Really, I'm gonna press new game. Um, But yeah, I just want to play this game. Like, it's like a lot of people have already done videos of Dark Souls, like from challenge runs, speed runs, PvP, and all that. But I just wanted to play Dark Souls, so I'm just gonna do it anyway because I'm crazy. How do I enter a name? Oh, I just like type it in. So my name for this character will be. Oh, I can't fit it. Oh, sure, I'll just do that. I want to put another N. Can I fit another N? Yenna? Okay, fine. Put Immortal Yenna. I wanted to follow the naming scheme that I always do, at least ever since, I believe, Dark Souls 2 or 3. I think one of those games where you add like a title before like a name. Because I don't know, it's immersive. Role playing. It's an RPG game, so that's what you do, right? Let's see. How do I press enter? Press enter on the keyboard. It's weird. PC port's weird. It'd be female. Class is just gonna be warrior. This is really. If you didn't know about Dark Souls, which I mean, I really doubt. I feel like a lot of people know about Dark Souls at this point, but you don't really have to worry too much about what class you're gonna be unless you're gonna be mid-maxing for like PvP or whatever. But I'll just be warrior. Gift. I feel like Master Key is the best because obviously that's what you usually do, but I'm gonna force myself to explore a little bit more, so might as well get, I don't know, maybe this ring. This has some, that you could do something interesting with that ring later on. Otherwise, just a bunch of other gifts that are kind of temporary, really. The Goddess Blessing gives you full HP, just, you never want to waste, but like, it's very good, but you never want to use it. A Firebomb might be good, like if you want a speed run, I guess. Humanities is like a mechanic in this game we didn't know, but you'll get more later on anyway. Binoculars, you'll eventually get. Pendant. Oh, that is funny. Pendant is like an item in this game that has been memed to death because of how cryptic it is. It literally does nothing, as far as I know. There's the Master Key, which is, unlocks a lot of good areas. If you're like, it's your second time, third time, whatever, usually you just want the Master Key because it makes things a lot easier. And Tiny Being's Ring gives you a little bit more HP, or rather HP recovery, but it's very slow. It's not really worth it. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab that. Zeke, the thing with anything beyond average is that it makes your character, I mean, for one, a little bit goofy, but also, like, it tends to clip armor when you put, like, for example, very large and very slim. I'll just keep it average. Maybe slim. I'll keep it slim, athletic. Lots of bit of weight. Funny face. Like this is only one. This is the only person with a big smile. Everyone else is like, Hey, I'm having the greatest time of my life. Oh, that doesn't really matter. Let's just pick that. I'm not bald though. I want to have some hair, please. But yeah, this game has been done so many times already. But like, I just want to play Dark Souls. This is just an excuse to play Dark Souls, really. So I'm just gonna do it anyway. Ponytail? What kind of hair do I want? I don't know. Oh yeah, I also wanted to mention, the naming convention as well. I believe in Dark Souls 3, I think it was 3, where instead of your player name, when you do like online, and there is multiplayer in this game, I don't know if we're going to be interfacing with it because the copy I have, you can't actually get anymore, legitimately anyway. Ever since the remastered version came out on Steam. I'll just get this. Color? You know, I feel like in a lot of games where you can just choose any color you want, all the colors of the rainbow, people often go like hot pink or something. I'll just keep it, you know, I'll just keep it black. Why not? You can customize, however, go a little bit deeper in the mechanics here, and change more things. There's also like maturity, hormones. Hormones, I feel like in features here are really, they don't really do much. At least they don't really follow the conventions of what they're labeling them as, I guess. It more so just changes random features of your face that sometimes turns you blue, you know, just turns your entire body into like a blue person. I don't know. Create similar face. It takes a bit to... I didn't see my faces. I have to select it? Oh, I have to select it. Okay. It doesn't update until you actually select the thing. Okay, now it's just... I kind of messed it up. You know what? Let's just go back to normal. just keep this face. Why not? Whatever. That's fine. Whee! Let's keep it vanilla. The first Dark Souls character creation is hard to use. In Dark Souls 3 is a little bit better, I feel like. So let me double check actually. How do you like... I know there's a way to go even deeper. Is it this one? Yeah, like this. So you can change a lot of things. Nose length, vertical spacing, eyebrows, jaw, you know. So funnily enough, in this game, you're not gonna be in human form all that much anyway, so it doesn't matter. And also, obviously, sometimes, well, usually you wear a helmet over your face as well. Anyway, let's just go. It'll start a cutscene. So, boop. Okay to start a game with this character? Yes. Here's a little cutscene.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty gods ruled apart best conceals. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the age of fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
Alright. Very epic, by the way. Oh, and little loading icon that I mod into the game anyway. Very, very epic cutscene. It's a start of an epic movie.
The dark sign brands the undead.
But,
And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north.
the actual game
where
is...
they are locked away to await the end of the world.
I keep getting interrupted. I want to finish my sentence. The starting cutscene is very epic, as if it's the start of like a very...
This is your fate.
...high fantasy movie. But really, the actual tone of the game is quite the opposite, as it turns out. Also, if you notice, we're quite wrinkly. You know, he's funny, you could spend all that time in character creation, but most of the time you're just gonna be in hollow form, which is basically a weird, you know, zombie form in this game, aka beef jerky. Beef jerky mode. Alright, here you go. And thus starts the adventures of Immortal Yenna, I guess, is the idea. I chose the character's name. Well, normally I would spend hours thinking of a cool name or whatever. I don't want to just name my character, you know, John Dark Souls or something. You know, I don't know. I like to have an immersive name, just make it an actual character. I mean, part of why I got drawn to Dark Souls in the first place when I first played it was the atmosphere of the game and the world and everything. So I like to make a character that's somewhat immersive in the sense that they could be a character within the game and everything. And here's the tutorial, by the way. It's just messages on the ground. I feel like a lot of people might miss this if you're completely new to the game. You're so used to other video games just popping up a tutorial without you doing anything. You actually have to look at this. Right stick camera controls. And obviously you have to use controller here. You can use mouse and keyboard if you're playing like on PC, which I am, but it's not very recommended. RB? I don't know what RB is. R1. You know, I guess it's because I grew up on PlayStation. I don't know what RB and RT is. But you can attack, weak attack, and get strong attack. You know, they have different movesets. Usually you just want to use the normal attack, basically. Strong attack is situational. Usually, though, even if you use strong attack, it's more DPS just to simply spam the weak attacks. Anyway, left stick and hold, and then that's how you run. Whee! Run, 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 run. So yeah, I chose my character's name, by the way, Yenna, just like because I was just looking for names. I don't know. I wanted to have a cool name, so I searched up like a bunch of random Greek goddesses. You know, that's how you base your character names, right? Just look up Greek goddesses. I couldn't find one. Eventually, I morphed one, some kind of goddess named Anaka. Somehow swapped some letters out, ended up with Yenna, and there you go. That's Yenna's name. It's just like a weird name that just came out of nowhere, randomly. I don't think it's an actual common name or even a real name, but you know, that's part of the charm. I feel like Yenna. Also, the immortal moniker. I guess I say that moniker. Moniker. Reset bonfire, recover HP. There you go. Here's the iconic bonfire. This is where you rest. Rest over here like this. Whee! And it's basically your checkpoints. Your checkpoints restores your HP and everything. Also, one of the main mechanics in this game, enemies respawn when you rest at a bonfire. On one hand, that equals infinite grinding. On the other hand, though, you'll be seeing that bonfire a lot when you die, and you'll die a lot in this game. I don't know how much I'll die in this playthrough. We'll see, I guess. But for one, you don't fight this guy, because look, your weapon does 2 damage. You don't have the weapon you need to fight this guy right now, so I'm just gonna leave. Goodbye. Goodbye, guy. Goodbye, big butt demon. Can't hit me. Also, I noticed my character is not really doing well with the dodging, by the way. Did the game teach you to dodge before I came to this area? I don't know if they did. The dodging is very important in this game, and you usually want to, like, just get rid of most of your armor. Ah, yes. Look at that wrinkly skin. She needs moisturizer. But you want to get rid of most of your armor because you want to, like, be able to roll. Can't keep the helmet. We'll keep the helmet. There you go. Big gloves, big helmet. And big boy pants. Actually, I want to reach that bonfire. Well, I can skip it, I guess. I might as well. Right here. In case I die. In case I somehow die in the tutorial. I don't know. It might happen. It is a weird bonfire because it has no other options to it. I guess, well, in the tutorial, I guess they don't give you much options anyway. Get your shield! Good tip. This guy is gonna shoot arrows at you. Very slow arrows, though. You can just, like, walk a little to the left and right and they'll miss you. Here's a heater shield. Now, in this playthrough, however, the way I'm gonna play the game is, no shields, really. You can use shields, especially if you're a newbie, but I kind of don't like shields in this game, in general. I don't like holding up a shield and trying to, like, manage my stamina. I'd rather just dodge everything, you know? It's much more fun to dodge everything, I feel like. Of course, if you are using a shield, you can, like, equip it and guard or whatever. Because right there in the tutorial, I might as well just equip it just to show, I guess. Like this. Whee! You pump your shield like that. You can also parry, which is also pretty fun. I believe the heater shield, I think it's the heater shield, it's the only medium shield that has the same parry frames as a small shield. Meaning that it's one of the fastest parry animations in the game. There are other special parry tools that you can use that even have higher parry frames but longer recovery. So it's like a pro and a con. And of course, you can change equipment by opening the menu and change. Yeah. I mean, I played this. I basically, by the way, played this game many times. I think I beat this game about 4 or 5 times. But it's been a while though, so I'm a little rusty. We'll see how much the game will kill me. I don't know. I'm already dreading the one boss fight in the middle, where it's gonna get really tough. Change your weapons, toggle items. So you have a little hot bar. You call it, I guess it's a hot bar. Where you can, like, there's items and left. We don't have anything right now, but I don't get anything. But there's a weapon on the right hand, weapons on the left hand. I know in this game that left hand usually you want to put shields and offhand weapons. Weapon damage is determined by left and right. Usually you don't want to put much on the left because often you just end up with this. You just use your weapon as a shield. It's not great. And then, but you can use it a little bit like that. It's very situational though. You can't really combo either your offhand weapons. So usually offhand weapons kind of suck in this game, for the most part, with some few exceptions. Can I backstab you? Yep. Here's another mechanic in the game. You can backstab people. It's basically one of the most overpowered things you can do in this game, especially in PvP. The PvP in the Dark Souls 1 is not that great. It's probably one of the reasons why I'm not gonna engage with it all that much in this playthrough. I'm just gonna focus on PvE mostly. I never really liked the PvP in Dark Souls, to be honest, because it just revolved too much around backstabs. Even, like, you know, noobs do it, but even pros do it too. Even with, like, a high skill level play, the meta is just all about backstabbing one. And it's kind of like, it takes me out of it. I gotta remove my helmet to another dodge. We don't need that ring right now. We can look at it though. No ring with no known use. How do I? Engraved minutely with indecipherable script, but seemingly useless. Which is funny because the pendant also has that seemingly useless description. But actually, there is a use for this. It's not gameplay wise, but it's for lore, I guess. Later on, we'll see if I can do that. Can I keep the helmet? The big gloves look silly actually. Here's a item, by the way, you can get. Can't get it right now though. You gotta come back later. And go over here. It's a dead end. Nothing over here. No, we will have to go the other way. Eee. Ah, Dark Souls. What am I don't know. It's like it's a difficult game. It has a reputation of being a difficult game. I like it. I don't know. Maybe it's because I spent so much time in it. Overall, by the way, in the Dark Souls series, I spent like 1,000-ish hours. 1, 2, and 3, if you can combine them anyway. Dark Souls 1, I spent about like, I guess around 400, 300 hours. I think maybe 500. I'm not sure. There's a big boulder. Ow. Ow. I was hoping I could like stay on the edge there, but no. That's Dark Souls for you. That happens, by the way. They just put surprises like that for you. That's the first one in the tutorial. It doesn't kill you though, so it doesn't matter too much, but you know, it's to show that hey, we're gonna do that from now on. Alright, here's this guy we saw in the cutscene. Somehow he fell from here to there. I guess he just fell on the ground and then crawled up here for some reason. I don't know how you did that. You're just very heavy. If you're like plate armor.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness.
Are you sure I'm not a hollow?
I'm afraid I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I are both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Sure.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There's an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen. In thine exodus from the undead asylum, maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Alright. Estus. That's basically our health potions.
Oh, and this.
And a key.
Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
Alright. So here's some lore. I mean, I feel like, again, this game's been done to this. I don't know if I need to explain it, but just in case you didn't know, basically we're undead. You know, kind of like zombies, but like, you know, own brand of zombies, where everyone, I guess, dies. When they die, they go kind of hollow. If you go fully hollow, I guess like him, later on, you become there's a full-on mindless zombie that attacks people, just like the other hollows we saw before. And this is the Undead Asylum. Is it asylum? I think it's Undead Asylum. That's what it's called. This is where they put all the zombies here, I guess, to contain them. You know, to quarantine them. So we just end up in the zombie place. The undead, I guess. But we have health potions, by the way, called Estus Flask. Do we have to again?
Now I must go.
Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye, random person. I think his name is Oscar. Oscar of Astora, I believe. I don't know where you learned that. Probably from maybe getting his items, maybe later on. You come back to this place later. Anyway, rest at bonfire, replenish Estus Flask. So that's the main gameplay loop of this game. If you die, or rather, well, you don't have to die, but you can rest at the bonfire. You get to restore your health potions, basically. And that makes things easier. Oh, hear that? He's dead. I guess. Well, it's funny, it makes a sound as if he stabbed himself. I don't know if he actually stabbed himself. But that's just to show that he died. Rest in peace. And thus we need to continue his mission. So if we choose, I guess. There's a rest here. In case I die. But also, I guess, to replenish the health that we lost from being hit by that boulder. We just roll up the stairs, by the way. I don't know how that would work. How can you roll up the stairs? That would really hurt your back. Here's lock-on, by the way. Ow. Parry. You can parry in this game. I love parrying. In this game, not the best at it, but it's fun to learn all the ways you can parry people. You can parry with your bare hand, by the way. If you don't equip anything, it's your bare fist. You can just... That's your moveset. You can parry, you can also just punch like that. Which actually probably I'm gonna do, actually. I'm gonna do a sort of like build. And it's a fun thing you can do in this game. You can like make your own kind of class, really. I mean, in character creation, they give you like a class. But the way you upgrade your character by using souls, which is a number on the bottom right, which is also used to buy stuff as well. You can just make your own kind of build, really. You don't have to follow any preset pattern. You kind of do your own thing for the most part, within certain constraints. Obviously, you still need to upgrade like certain stats in order to do actual damage. You can't just upgrade only your health and that's it. Otherwise, it'll take a really long time to kill anything. You can also kick, and then you can also jump attack. Yeah, like that. Wait, I'm gonna do kind of like not like a fist only build, but I'm gonna do like an offhand fist plus like a weapon on my right hand. That's probably what I'm gonna do, which is actually kind of... I don't know if it's unique, but it's unconventional. Because again, you don't really use offhand weapons in this game, but I do like the idea of just having a fist weapon in my left. Resting a bonfire revives enemies, as I mentioned before. Parry. You know, these guys are easy to parry. Later on, you know, it's much more risky. Because these guys don't do a lot of damage in the first place. Whee! So you just hit the parry button by pressing... What is it? Right? Left? I don't know. I don't know my bumpers and triggers. In my head, it's like L2, basically. L2, and then you can press attack to do the repulse. Kind of makes no sense in real life. Like a parry and a repulse are different in actual fencing, but you don't do a parry and then the repulse. You just kind of just repulse while following plunging attacks. So that's a big hint. So if you enter this big giant fog wall, usually it's where you... I mean, you can hear him. It's usually where you enter like a boss room. So we're trying to fight that guy again. Now that we have a proper weapon, which is a longsword. Let's go over here first, though. You can go behind an enemy, do critical hits, backstabs. And you can parry. Repel an enemy attack after parrying repulse. It's funny to just say, oh, just parry. You know, they don't... That's the thing about this game. They don't explain a lot of the actual mechanics. It's incredibly cryptic in many ways. That's why people rely on you know, community knowledge, I guess. On wikis and like just in general sharing information. The game becomes much more feasible, I guess. Can't go here. Once you know the actual mechanics of this game, which it doesn't really properly explain. But I guess that's part of the charm. I don't know. I imagine when this game came out, and also its predecessor, Demon Souls, on PS3, I believe. Also, by the way, getting a remaster. A remaster or remake, I guess. Later on, it's been announced at the time I'm streaming this. Though I don't know if I can play it because it's on the consoles. So I don't really know. I'd rather just play on PC because I only have a PC. I don't really have consoles. I'm not really a console player these days. Hey! Look at them. You get plunging attack. Whee! Like so. So I'm gonna fight that Silent Demon properly now. The first big boss of this game has a big butt. Generally pretty easy. He's just pretty slow and you just gotta just stay out of the way and attack him. I say that, I'm gonna die. If you kill him the first time, by the way, which is not really doable, usually, for most people, if you're playing the game normally, you can use fire bombs you get from the first gift, but if you kill a Silent Demon early the first time you see him, you actually get his hammer. If you kill him the second time, though, you don't really get nothing except souls, I guess. And I don't think you can parry this guy. I know in Dark Souls 1, you can't really parry anyone that's bigger than you, generally. It's unfortunate. It's kind of cool. I wish you could parry big enemies. That would be fun. Stab you in the big butt. And I'm playing mostly unlocked. Because, I don't know, I just like that. I just like playing unlocked. Usually you want to lock on the enemy, especially if you don't really know its patterns. But I mean, this is the first boss, so... You just feel more mobile. If you don't need to unlock. Or rather, you don't need to lock when you're fighting an enemy. You can also hear someone stomping around, by the way. Well, we'll come back to this place. Maybe we'll figure out why somebody's stomping around over here. Alright, got the key. We can open the door now. There you go. Finish the tutorial. At least for now. I only got hit a little bit. I guess. What did I get hit by? I don't even remember. I think one of the smaller hollows. Good job! Go straight ahead. But hold on. Is there like something to get? You know, this is always a little scary. These cliffs here. These can fall off so easily. I'm not sure. There's gotta be something, right? I remember something around here. I don't exactly remember where though. Fall off so easily. Oh yeah, there's this thing over here, by the way. This little thing here. There's, I believe... Oh, nothing. Not yet, I guess. It doesn't activate yet, maybe. But there's a NPC here. You can talk to. You can give them items and they replace those items with other items, I guess. Is the idea. Here you go. It's a soul of lost undead. But that's just consumable souls. So again, if you didn't know, the bottom right corner is how many souls you have. Souls, again, are basically XP points and money combined into one. And you lose all of them if you die. So, it's a good idea not to die. If you want to use those souls for anything, like leveling up and buying items, generally. So you don't need to buy a lot of stuff, really. For the most part, unless you're really looking for a specific item, I guess. And also, I guess, upgrade materials. Anything else to look at? Look at the scenery. Big mountains. Look at that big mountain. Kinda looks like, it looks like a JPEG. I guess it's more obvious when you just stare at it. There's something over there, though, it seems like. And it just leads to a big cliff and everything. Not very good weather. Gray skies. Anyway. But yeah. Did I ever mention why I named my character Immortal, by the way? I mean, it's just a small thing, but it's a reference to a type of soldier in the Persian Empire, basically. That's why I call her Immortal Yenna. The idea is that the Immortals were always 10,000 men, because anytime one either died or fell sick or whatever, another one came to take its place. So therefore, it was an immortal legion of soldiers. Well, not exactly that, but you know. Immortal in the sense that Yenna never gives up, I guess.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Ah yes. In Lordran, level up and kindle at bonfires. Good old Firelink Shrine. This is the place that's basically your main hub for quite a while. Or at least, you know, the place you kind of want to return to. It's your home, you know? For the most part. Let's just rest here. You get 10 Estus lasts, by the way, by being here. Let's level up. Let's see. I don't need a level. I'm probably gonna do like something called a quality build, which is basically just leveling up strength and dexterity at equal amounts. Strength and dexterity basically increases your damage depending on the weapon. Some weapons have better strength scaling, some weapons have better dexterity scaling, some weapons have good scaling for both, you know? I'm mostly gonna, I guess, increase strength. You also need like high strength in order to even use some weapons. Some weapons have requirements, and for example, if you have, you know, your muscles are too tiny, you can't actually swing the weapon properly. Enough now. Not too important, but I do eventually want to reach the point where I want to use the weapon that I'm thinking of using, basically. Right now, I guess we're gonna stick with the longsword, but you know, when I played this game, especially the first one, I basically only use small weapons. I want to try to use a large weapon for a change. So I'm gonna need a lot of strength. Hey, Firelink Shrine, Lordran. This is the game proper, basically. Oh, and there's like a little blood stain, so you can watch someone die. I don't know how they died here. He got parried. Okay, and then I don't know, they get glitched, I guess. Bloodstains are basically other people's, you know, death memories, I guess. Basically, when they died here, you can touch the bloodstain, see how they died. I don't know how that person died, though. They just kind of like stood there somehow and died. You also drop your own bloodstain when you die, and you can like go back to where you died to pick up your souls in order to recover them. But you only got one chance. If you die again, then you lose all your souls permanently. Anyway, there's this guy, by the way.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first, but there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happened. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
Everyone laughs in this game, by the way. When we talk to them, they always end with laughter.
Ah, your face. You're practically hollow. But who knows? Going hollow could solve quite a bit.
Hee 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 ha ha ha. Yes, we are quite hollow. In this game, we just look like this for the most part. Unless we're gonna go like, you know, human. You can turn on human mode, but that also turns on online mode, which gives you vulnerability to being invaded by players, basically, that can go into your world and attack you. It's pretty cool, actually. And vice versa, you can also do co-op with people as well. Kind of reminds me of a game called Journey, by the way. I believe on the PS3. I think there was a PC port, actually, pretty recently. Where, like, the multiplayer is kind of seamless, you know? It's actually part of the world and everything. But it's also incredibly unbalanced as well. Often what happens in low levels when you're online, you get invaded by people who have like max gear, you know? Because the way the mechanics works, you can like keep your level low, but you can like progress through the game until the very end, and you can just have like max level weapons and armor, and then basically you just one-shot everybody. So it's actually not that fun usually to do invasions at low level, I feel like. At least in this game anyway. It's not very balanced.
What? Restoring your humanity? Well, there are a few ways to go about it. Collected bit by bit from corpses. Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself summoned. And the quickest way, although I'd never do it, is to kill a healthy undead and pillage its humanity. Coveting thy neighbor is only human, after all.
Yeah. Basically, he said the different ways to get humanity. You can also just get humanity from just picking them up, you know, from loot, killing bosses and everything. But you can also just do co-op, get humanity, as well as invade people. And basically, humanity is what you use to go human. And also various things like, I guess, upgrade your bonfire for extra Estus flasks. And also, I guess, heal yourself. But, you know, it's limited, so you shouldn't just waste it. Unless, especially right now, because in the copy I have right now, it's the original PC port of Dark Souls. At the time, when it was launched on PC, it was a horrible port. And still kind of is. It's because you need to download something called DXFix, made by somebody named Durant, I believe, in order to even play the game properly. Because otherwise the game is unplayable for the most part. So you need that in order to even play it. But ever since the remastered version came out, this copy of the game got delisted from Steam. You can't even get this game anymore. So I imagine the online right now, I mean, the only people playing this, I guess, would be people who feel nostalgia for this game and playing it right now, such as myself, or people who bought the original Dark Souls and just never played it until now, you know? Which is, I imagine, pretty uncommon. So not a lot of people actually playing this game at the moment. It's unfortunate, you know? That's like one thing I don't like about the remastered version. Some people have a lot of opinions about that, but you know, I don't feel too strongly about it. The only thing I don't like is the fact that now online is just dead for the most part, because everyone else could only play on remastered. At least, if you want an actual multiplayer.
What are you looking at? Don't try anything clever.
Mm-hmm.
You might regret it.
Mm-hmm. You can't fight him, by the way. I don't recommend it, because at this point you're way too low level to do anything. I'm like, but yeah, I kick you, ha! See, look at his sword and heater shield. You want to fight him? He's too strong.
You want to hear more? Oh, that's all we need. Another inquisitive soul. Well, listen carefully then. One of the bells is up above in the undead church, but the lift is broken. You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the undead burg through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the undead burg, within the plague-infested Blight Town. But I'd die again before I step foot in that cesspool.
So this guy, by the way, he's kind of like your tutorial, sort of. He's like even more tutorial. A lot of people miss him, I feel like. But he basically tells you where to go. It's hard to know exactly where everything is, because, you know, not everything is named. Like, what do you mean Undeadburg? What do you mean Blight Town, you know? If it's your first time playing, like, he doesn't give you good instructions, or at least good directions. But he does tell you, like, generally what your objective is, I guess. So you're the chosen one from the undead asylum. Gonna ring some bells, and who knows what happens? I don't know. We'll see.
Bloody hell, what is it now? You ask too many questions.
Okay, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to talk to us. He's annoyed by us now. We're just gonna leave then. Let's see. Let's explore here a little bit. We can grab some items, I guess. I don't know what items. I don't remember really. It's been so long. I don't really remember this game. But here's this guy though. Random priest.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thoroland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
If possible. Well, screw you, buddy. Kick you.
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
Wow, a coin. Which, well, doesn't do much because there's no society doesn't exist anymore, by the way, in this world. But we can use it to increase our luck, I think. I think that's what we use it for. Look at it. menu. Never used it for years. Where is it? Here? A coin made of copper. Its face shows Old Man McLoif, god of medicine and drink. Even coins of great value in the world of men have little value in Lordran, where the accepted currency is souls. Those who dream of returning to the outside world are fond of carrying these around. They don't know much. I think you can use them for increase level. It doesn't say it, but you increase basically your drop rate if you're like grinding for a particular item when you're fighting enemies. There's a dark sign, by the way. This is the curse. This is why everyone's turning hollow. The dark sign signifies an accursed undead. Those branded with their reborn after death, which meaning... did I die yet? I don't know if I died yet, but basically when you die, you respawn, basically. It's actually part of the game. You know, unlike other games where you just die, you load a save, or whatever, dying in this game is actually, well, part of the game. Those branded with their reborn after death, but will one day lose their mind and go hollow. Death triggers the dark sign, which returns its bearer to the last bonfire rested at, but the cost of all humanities and souls. It's kind of like, it's kind of a... No, I guess it's correct. Because I was thinking, because, yeah, I guess that's true. Because you can use the dark sign as well. If you use the dark sign, you do lose all your souls as well. You know, you can trigger your own dark sign in order to go back to your bonfire if you're, I guess, stuck somewhere. There's also the black separation crystal. You know, black long symbols of farewell is granted to banish undead. Crystal sends phantoms back to their homes or sends you back to yours. This is the online item. Basically, if you just want to disconnect, you know, you just want to leave, go back to your own world, you can do that. Or make other like co-op phantoms go home. You can do that. You can't use it on invaders though. You know, you can't use it on invaders.
Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
Sure, even though I can't really use miracles in the first place because I have low faith. I'm not going to use any... I'm not going to use any spells, really. I don't really like spells in this game all that much.
Then first,
and just in general,
with the gods.
I don't really like using spells. But we can join Covenant. There's a Covenant system. It's sort of online, sort of multiplayer. Some of them are multiplayer, some of them are single player. But they're like little, I guess... What do we call them? But like, the equivalent of guilds, I guess, in like an online game. Just join them and then you can do stuff. There's no consequence to joining, usually, in this game anyway.
Now let me share.
You might as well just join them anyway. Doesn't matter.
Their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
I believe this covenant is called the Way of White or something like that. Which I believe increases your chances of getting co-op if you go online. That's the idea. So you can buy stuff. If you're like a cleric, I guess, priest type character, you might get some use out of these spells, but not really for me.
My companions are Milady and her young knights. She is young, but burdened by an undead mission. We are her defenses, to keep her from harm.
Ah yes. They're gonna show up later, I imagine.
An undead mission? Regrettably, I cannot share that with you. But you are my pupil. Perhaps if you show your faith.
Yes, bribe the priest. I don't have money though, so...
I'm afraid that may be difficult, for our missions are sacred.
Okay. So you missed that dialogue.
Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings
depend upon your faith. That is true. The more effective your faith stat is, the more damage you can do with those holy spells. Gesture. You can gesture, by the way. There's also like a thing you can do. You can emote. Go down. Also change it to the thing we just got. Shrug. There you go. Let's see. Let's go over here, actually. You can't really go progress through here, but I think there's an item you can get. There's several items, actually. Go over here first. Get this. So, Lost Undead. As well as, you go down here, I think. I think you go down here. It looks like a hole that you'll die in, but no. There's actually a floor here. You can go over here. You can go over here. Some free chests. Amazing treasure. You gotta pay attention though, because some of these treasures, well, let's just say, are gonna hurt. But I don't think these ones are. There's Homeward Bone. Homeward Bone. Homeward Bone. This is what you use to travel back to your bonfire without costing your souls. And a Morning Star and a Talisman. Use talismans to do face spells, and the Morning Star is just it's a spiky mace. Red Eye Orb. This is what you use to invade. You can get like a permanent version, you know, of the Red Eye Orb by doing certain things, but you can also use a cracked one as a consumable to invade people as well. Fun. And Loy's Talisman. Look at those, I guess. I don't know if I'm gonna spend time looking at every single item, but I might as well look at these. There's that. Bone Fragment. Return to last bonfire used for resting. They do give you, you know, again, this game is quite cryptic, but they explain a little bit, you know, if you look at the item descriptions. Used to acquire souls. This one is a talisman utilized by all Father Lloyd's cleric knights to hunt down the undead. It blocks Estus recovery, which I guess is useful if you're invading people. Lord's cleric knights are widely praised for their undead hunts. This talisman blocks undead recovery, allowing the knights to fight with impunity. Though I assume everyone is undead in Lordran, so it's not like anyone in particular is using it to hunt undead, unless you want to hunt undead yourself, I guess. I feel like there's no, well, I don't know. Well, there is a secondary use, actually. Because you can use it against other undead, which is to say, other players, because, you know, there's not much use against actual enemies in PvE. But there's one exception. You can use it against a certain enemy in order to immobilize them, I guess. Alright, so you end up over here, by the way, which is like the other way to go from the Firelink Shrine. It's a bunch of skeletons, and you really don't want to be here because the skeletons are tough. Because, at least right now. Yeah. You can use a... Oh, by the way, pausing doesn't stop the game, so actually I shouldn't pause there. It doesn't stop, then they're gonna keep chasing you. Get out of here. Go away. If you want to kill them, though, you can use the Morning Star, by the way. The spiky mace, basically. Personally, I prefer the flanged mace, to be honest. I prefer the flanged mace. It looks cooler. I don't know. Am I gonna die? Hold on. Let me just not die for real quick. Can I just not die real quick? Because these guys are tough you shouldn't be at the graveyard at this point. But you can use a blunt weapon, because there's different types of weapon types in this game. Also, I'm dying. Ah! How about you stop? Stop it. Just die. Go away. Having a tough time fighting those skeletons. Spooky, scary skeletons. Here's an item. But you want to kill them early, you can use a blunt weapon. Later on, though, you just be more powerful enough that you can just do enough damage anyway. But yeah, there's different damage types in this game. There's, I believe, blunt, thrusting damage, and slashing damage. And the skeletons are particularly weak against blunt. This is like a fantasy trope, I guess, in a lot of RPGs. Here's a crow, by the way. This is a giant crow, the one that brought us to this place in the first place. Can't do anything with that crow right now. Let's just... This is deep. Well, water again. That leads to the skeletons right here. We'll go back to the cemetery at a later date. There's an item I want to get though. Maybe. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't think I can even use it right now anyway. I'll just stick to the longsword. Because there's a weapon in the cemetery that you can get. That might be cool to have, but you know, it's fine. Alright. There's a big well, by the way. You can jump into this well. If you do that, you'll die. You shouldn't do that. Not a lot of music in this game, by the way. The only music you can get is like in Firelink Shrine and maybe some boss fights, but otherwise, it's a pretty silent game. The moment you leave Firelink Shrine, There's just ambience. It's ambience and that's it. Here you go. Let's go to the proper way to go now. This is the way up. And, you know, usually it's the first place you go. How about you stop blocking? Just stop. Ow. Ow. Just die. Ah, ooh. That guy's throwing fire bombs. Could you stop throwing fire bombs, please? Well. This is the true Dark Souls. You just die to random mobs, really. Not like a hard enemy or anything. It's just the way they set up enemies. The guys throwing projectiles at you and everything. How'd this person die? Oh, you just ran up here and then... yeah, oh, you just... If you have heavy armor, you know, you can't really roll. You just kind of like stumble on the ground. I guess that's how that person died. Fight me, I dare you. Fight me. Nope. And then you die. By the way, oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned, but the only mods, other than DS Fix, I guess, which is essential to this game, the only other mods I have for this game is the one that gives you better contrast when you fight enemies, you know, the health bars? Because the normal health bars in this game, pretty hard to see. I don't know if it's just me, but it's like, it kind of just blends into the background. And so I have better contrast for the health bars, just so I can see them easier. I don't know. And also, a random gif of like a character in this game doing a little dance. I changed that into the loading icon. Because why not? I literally just, like the day before I decided to play this game, I like made a random custom mod to change the loading icon, because why not? I don't know. I wanted at least something a little bit different. I didn't bother adding HD textures though, by the way. A lot of people recommend it, but especially in the first game, the first Dark Souls. Oh, I don't want to be poisoned. I'm poisoned. Damn it. Rats. Certain enemies, they attack quite erratically, and I don't like it when they do that. I can handle humanoid enemies better, but like, okay, we're poisoned. Let's just go back. This is what happens in Dark Souls. You end up just going back in this game. Not a lot, I mean, mostly in the beginning. Later on, you'll just die. But I feel like it's better to like go back here because the poison it'll make you lose a lot of HP. We don't have anything to heal the poison in the first place, so I might as well be dead. I might as well just go back. You can also just run past the enemies. You know, since I already fought them, you can just run past enemies. That's the thing you can do as well. There's an item, by the way, over there. I'm gonna get it later. I don't want to risk the jump. I might miss the jump and die. You can also just run. Oop. Hi. Okay. No, get out of the way, please. I'm gonna die, aren't I? But I died. First death of the game. I tried to speedrun it. As it turns out, that one guy blocking it, I should have killed him, I guess. There's a loading icon. That's fine. You don't lose a lot from dying in Dark Souls, though. Just the souls, I guess. But usually you want to use your souls before you die. Let's try again. I'm gonna do it again. Ah, firebomb. Just go away. Kill it first and then move. Alright. It's probably better. You gonna follow me over here? I wonder. No. The guys, they kind of just stop over here at the doors. You can manipulate some of the enemies like that in this game. Less so in other Dark Souls, I feel like. Later on, the other Dark Souls series. But in this game, you can manipulate their like area, I guess. What do you call them? Like area of effect? That's not right. But like the area where they get leashed around, I guess. Anyway, let's just move on. I can't get over here, and this is from the other side. So there's a shortcut there, but we can't go there yet. Need humanity. I assume that means someone needs co-op or something? Usually that's what that means. People are still playing this game? Weird. Despite the enemies being very weak, you can like, you know, two-shot them, but it's more about attrition than anything else, I guess. Nope. You guys attack too slow. You guys attack way too slow. I can't parry you guys when you attack slow. Ironically, sometimes when enemies attack so slow, it's actually harder to parry. Okay, there you go. Stab in the gut. You can go over here, by the way. Is there any reason to go there? I don't know. I don't know if there's any reason to go there. I'm gonna throw a bomb, and I'm gonna almost drop down over there, which, oh, is it death? I'm not sure. I think you can land there. Let's kick you in the face. Stop throwing bombs. How about you stop throwing bombs? Sure, why not? Let's go over here. What is this anyway? More souls? Alright. There's some enemies over there hanging there. Gonna ambush you. If you go that way. Sorcery. I don't know what that means. Oh. I parried the enemy randomly. Oops. Actually, I didn't remember there was an ambush over here in particular. I saw the ambush from before. The guy's hanging over the wall. I didn't know there was an ambush over here, however. You can rate up these messages, by the way. These are messages left by players. The other ones in the first area was made by developers, but these ones are by players. And that's part of the charm of the game, you know? Even when you're technically quote-unquote offline, at least in the sense of not really engaging with the multiplayer directly, you still have some interaction with the players. You know, when they're online, you can see their messages. And some of the messages don't mean anything. Illusory wall? There's no illusory wall, buddy. You're lying. It's funny, it says rating 2. That can mean, I believe it could mean either a positive rating or a negative rating. You could basically like upvote or downvote, you know, kind of basically like Reddit. But it doesn't show you the actual value. Unless you use a spell, I believe. I don't know if that's in this game, but... So ironically, you're kind of encouraged sometimes to make a bunch of troll messages as well. Beware of ambush. Bye. Oh, these guys still coming anyway? These guys can be scary. I mean, obviously when they attack all at once. They also have the attack where they attack a million times. You know, a million combos at once. Like that one. Yeah, that attack. That's scary. I don't like that attack. Oh yeah, ragdolls. You know, you don't see a lot of ragdolls in the later Dark Souls series, but this one, you can ragdoll them all you want. Wow. No, rubbish. That's literally garbage. Over here.